Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dana Lynette and I'm so glad you're here. It's been a long time since I've shown my face on my channel. Well, since I recorded like a proper video. I think I have a short or two on there in the past month maybe, but I'm back. So hello, I just have been very busy and haven't had much time to record and edit and put out a video. And so one of the shorts that I made, I talked briefly about how I have been thinking of cutting my locks and doing a pixie cut. I have changed my mind, but that's what I came in here to talk about. So I locked my hair. My official lock anniversary is December 3rd. So December 3rd, 2020 is when my DIY microlock journey began, right? So things are going great. Things are going great, and they were going great, but it was weird. It was just like all of a sudden I started having this real strong urge to cut my locks. I don't know. It's like a pixie cut video or something like that came across my feed, a short or something. I watched it and I was watching them and I was like, maybe, you know, that would look really good on me, because I've been looking at like the ones where they do the soft finger waves, like they mold them into waves and then like curl it and like some length. When I say pixie cut, I mean, I got a big face and I recognize that, but like some height up here and then enough. And plus, like, I think another impetus, when I lost the front lock here that was covering up this really thin area where I have a lot of skin showing, where I just didn't keep my retie schedule. And that lock is small and it was hanging on by a few strands, and so it just broke off. And so I've been struggling to like get some coverage in that area, and so I just figured just cut off the locks, cut them off. So I think that was one of the main motivators, probably, although I didn't realize that maybe that was like one of the biggest motivators. I don't know, maybe not, but probably. And then another motivator, not recently, but like the first time I ever thought about cutting my locks. Y'all know how I have, my hair is in a braid out right now, and I wrap the ends around itself. And so, you know, it's not really showing my length right now, but anyway, some of my ends are fat, and I cut one of my fat ends one day, and it just was like stuff inside. I'm like, okay, big thick locks where people retwist and constantly put products in their hair, that makes sense that they have stuff inside their locks sometimes, and that looks nasty. But micro locks are so small, I don't really put product in my hair, except that I do. When I color my hair, the dye goes into it. And when I color it, I also use the conditioner, and so that goes into it. Other than that, I just put oil and water in my hair, like coconut oil or some kind of oil. And so when I cut into that lock, I was like, ew. And then like I snipped on another one, and it also looked like it had like stuff on the inside. So that grossed me out. I think I cut a third one too. And so I don't know. I think it was probably conditioner and hair color that was inside the fat parts of those locks, but it really grossed me out and made me want to cut my hair. So it's been twice that I've considered cutting my hair. That first time with, you know, cutting a fat end and seeing stuff in it, it passed. You know, it came and it left about as quickly as it came. But for a few weeks, I wasn't just considering cutting my hair. Like, I had made up my mind. I'm cutting off my locks, gonna cut my DIY micro locks and get a pixie cut. Like, not comb out anything. Like, matter of fact, I was probably gonna wear, like, I really had a low key plan, y'all. I was probably gonna wear wigs until my hair grew out enough to have some height on top for the pixie cut that I was trying to get, and then do my little finger wave. But I didn't want to relax my hair, and I was like, well, how you got 4B hair, like you ain't wearing finger wave, like you ain't You ain't wearing nothing but an afro or maybe a wash and go. But that's it. Unless you're gonna relax your hair, which I would never relax my hair again. But I was looking up like, what's a texture release? And texturizer, and same thing. It's chemicals. So I didn't, but I was like, okay, well I can rock a curly pixie. So I started looking at all kind of curly pixies, and I was like, well, I could rock I could like heat train my hair. Listen, now with pixie cut you not. But like, I wasn't thinking about cutting my hair. Like, I decided to cut my hair. And when that urge, one night, it was a Tuesday night, I was sitting in church, and this urge to just do it, like go home, pick up your scissors, and cut your locks off. It came on me real strong, just like wanting to get the pixie, nothing wrong with the locks or anything like that. And so when that urge came on me real strong, like my plan that night was to go home, grab my scissors, cut off my locks, and go to bed, figure it out the next day. That was a terrible plan. And I think part of the reason that, even though I had made up my mind to cut my locks, part of the reason I didn't, before my heart changed again, is I didn't have a real plan. It's like, you gonna go back to natural hair and all the work and effort? I was like, oh, heck no. So the only way I would do it is if I was gonna be at somebody's salon every 2 weeks, or even more frequently than that, which, depends on the salon. But then I don't have a salon. Like, I would have to go through all the trial and error of finding a stylist that I really like and enjoy and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I didn't have a real plan, but I was gonna cut these locks off and figure it out. And so that night I was like, okay, bet. I told a few people, cut my hair tonight. I went home, and I would have cut my locks, except that I had gotten some blood work done at the doctor, and my results came in that night. And so I had really been interested to see. I had never had blood work before. I wanted to see what it said. What's my cholesterol? What's my iron? What's my whatever? And so I got on my phone and started looking. I logged into my account and looked at my blood work, and that was very interesting. And so it distracted me from, just impulsively grabbing the scissors like I had planned to do and cutting off my locks, which, praise be to Jesus, because in hindsight, I am so glad I didn't cut my locks off. When I tell y'all, these locks have made my life so easy, like so easy. Like, I can't imagine just being a loose natural right now. And so I am saying that I am glad that moment of time, even though it was several weeks, a couple months, that I was contemplating and then ultimately decided to cut my hair. I'm so glad. I think the Lord intervened. And I'm so glad I didn't do it. I will eventually. I don't plan on having locks forever. And maybe, when I do cut my locks, I'll do like a pixie cut or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'll be locked for at least another year, and probably another couple to a few years. But yeah, when I tell y'all that thing was so intense. So if you are thinking, if you have, Microlocs, sister locks, braid locks, whatever, and you're like, not for any real good reason, thinking of, and like not sure, kind of half-stepping or back and forth about cutting your locks, give it a month, give it 2 months. Don't think about your hair, just do what you've been doing, and see if that urge or desire stays with you. Excuse me. And if it stays with you and you have a real plan, by all means, do what you have a conviction in your heart to do. But if, it could be a fleeting, like me, it could be a fleeting situation. Like, I'm not sure what I was going through. I think, like I said, I'll be putting barrettes, trying to hold up this lock. But since I've started taking iron, since I got my blood work, it's not really iron. I take a grass-fed beef supplement. I actually have been my hair's been filling in and growing in here more, so probably low iron levels have been affecting my hair. My hair was already growing at a very fast rate since about my second year locked, to where my retie schedule really should be 3 weeks, but I typically do it in 4. So 3 to 4 weeks. I retie my hair every 3 to 4 weeks. But now I feel like I literally just had a retie like 2 weeks ago, and somehow every lock that I grab, I can stick my finger in it. That's how much new growth I have. So I'm not sure what's going on with my rate of hair growth right now. I know you guys hadn't seen me on camera in a while, but this doesn't really look long because, like I said, my hair's in a braid out and the ends are curled. Man, I should not have pulled that out like that. But next, you know, when I wash my hair and get ready to do my retie, probably the weekend, a week from today, then I'll try to get some footage. If I don't already have some, I've been filming stuff here and there, but then don't edit it and put it out. So, so I just wanted to sit out here and tell you guys about my very real and almost traumatic experience of wanting to and cutting off my Microlocs. I'm glad I didn't do it. I'm glad I still have my locks. I never did have a problem with them. I feel like, you know, I've always felt like they were beautiful, but I don't know what I was going through, y'all. So put them scissors down, give it some time to see if it's real, and see if your decision to do it is real or if it's something fleeting. I just knew I didn't want to regret. And when I thought I had my mind made up, them test results, I'm telling y'all, that was the Lord helping me. So now I still got a head full of hair. But yeah. So my routine is still simple. You know, I still wash, put it in some braids if I'm gonna wear a braid out. I wear my hair straight more than I used to since I have some length. I'm gonna look at learning how to, so I've been wanting to do a French roll. I've seen several YouTubers, Kiki, well, her name is not coming to me, but you guys probably know, just from me saying Kiki, you probably know who she is. Kiki, anyway, her and Charmel Lynette, when she had locks, she did a very beautiful French roll. But when I tried to do a French roll, y'all, the French wasn't rolling. So, so I'm gonna practice that some more and see if I can nail that down. I've got some special events. My bestie's getting married. I'd love to wear a French roll to her wedding with some curly tendrils. But y'all stay tuned and I will catch you up on things. I think I said we're gonna talk about some other things and get away from so many hair videos on my channel, but we'll see. Oh, one more thing. I used to braid hair, and one of my clients, who is a teenager, who used to come to me for braids, decided to do braid locks. And so I just installed her braid locks, and at the end of July, she'll be coming back for her first retie. And if she's comfortable, I'll see if I can film some of that so you guys can see her braid lock journey, because braid locks are different than twists because they take longer. But she's biracial, but she has hair almost exactly like mine. I mean, she has true baby hair where I have like, she didn't have a kitchen. I have a kitchen and I got bitty bitties. But other than that, her hair is just like mine. But she decided to go the braid lock route. So it'll be interesting to follow her journey if she wants to record it. And if she doesn't, we won't. So, yep. That's what's going on. I'm gonna find me a loctician at some point so I don't have to spend all that time doing my own hair. It's getting old. Doing my own reties is getting old, but I can do it. It's easy. So I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, y'all, I'm so glad I still have a head full of hair. Because I was this close to chopping it off. But thanks be to God. Talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.